have such sights to show you.
Welcome to Nightmare on Elm Street.
I can control myself.
It's got a death curve.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Sorry you're gonna watch me eat as I talk today, but I've been hearing nothing but word about Blumhouse going to be remaking the Blair Witch Project, along with having sequels lined up for this film. First off, why? Secondly, don't mess with a cult classic. That movie is haunting. It's and at the time it scared people because they thought it was like legit, like people went missing, and like the way that it was shot and the way that they set everything up, it was like such a great film for its time. And it's a movie that I go back and I watch all the time. We don't need a new one of that. Come up with something new. Stop with all these remakes. I know you guys just came out with Night Swim and Imaginary, which weren't like top shelf either. Imaginary, I didn't mind. There was things about it I liked. Night Swim, but let's leave the originals alone. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of, I think Book of Shadows was a sequel. It was okay. But Blair Witch is just one of those movies that totally could have been a standalone and just been a cult classic forever, and they don't need to touch it. I don't know why everybody's pumping out requels and remakes of all these films. Just sit down and think hard and plan out an original film. People do it all the time. All these independent people are out there pumping out genius, and you're just freaking sitting there with the factory setting on, remaking things or trying to add on to old things. I can tell you about what 9 times out of 10 people go for nostalgia, but they don't need it. They don't want it. Reluctantly, most of us go to that stuff, and you get our dollar. But we don't want that. Not at all. So, it's time to go back to the drawing board. Blumhouse, all you movie companies out there, Paramount, Universal. It's time to go back to the drawing board and really flush out some new ideas. And don't just make a cash grab. I feel like so many independent filmmakers need a lot more recognition and a lot more, they need more resources, because these guys are out there doing such good work with what little they have, while these big name, big wig studios are out there just creating doggy dookie. So I don't know. I'm not excited for this. I'm usually not like much of a naysayer. I try not to be negative. But don't touch the Blair Witch. I showed my wife that movie for the first time ever in her life, 5 years ago. and we lived out in the woods, and she just could not sleep, had nightmares. Like, that is how much of an impact that film still has now versus, like, you know, just pumping out a jump scare remake or requel. That movie, especially when you look at, like, how they filmed it, how they had, like, these actors that didn't know what they were doing with the camera, so they literally were learning how to do all this stuff, and it was, like, real legit. And then they would take, like, the actors out of the tent in the middle of the night and not telling them exactly what they were going to do, like, to genuinely get, like, true fear out of them. Come on. You can't replicate that. I mean, you could try, but you're not going to get the same result. So I'm just here to say, we need to think of something else, Blumhouse. Don't do this to the Blair Witch, please. Have mercy on this franchise, or this film, because it deserves better. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on the topic. If you've seen the original Blair Witch Project, if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed any of the sequels. I didn't hate the new one that came out where he was looking for his sister. That was, like, okay, but it was, like, still, once again, it wasn't necessary. But let's just leave it alone. I would love to hear your thoughts on that, though. Thank you so much, always, for tuning in. And just so everybody knows, my Indiegogo is live for Nocturnum. My first full-length, it'll be like a full feature film with all my other stuff with solo work. This one is going to have, I have a lot of people interested in being, you know, cast, crew, and helping me from all angles. So this is like a big thing, and I would really love if everyone could help support me create this film, because I am doing this for my love of horror, my love of the film, like the films that I grew up watching, and providing that same joy, fear, excitement that those movies did for me. So I appreciate it if anybody can just help out, even if it's the least amount. But other than that, thank you guys as always. Keep killing it out there, my friends, and just remember, don't get caught.
Don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you. I'll see you soon.
I want to play a game.
Coming to get you, Barbara.